The vast Aztec Empire, with its towering temples and legendary warriors, was built on a foundation that was incredibly simple and deeply sacred: corn. But getting that corn from a hard, dry kernel into the food that sustained millions was a monumental task, a task that fell almost entirely to women. For someone like Isel, a commoner in a small community, daily life was a demanding dance between the hearth, the loom, and the gods. Her world was one of immense labour, yes, but it was also one of purpose and quiet power, a power centred in the home, felt in the marketplace, and woven into the very fabric of her world. To really understand the Aztec Empire, we have to understand her day. Her day begins not with the sun, but with the rhythmic scrape of stone on maize. In the year 1500, deep in the heart of the mighty Aztec Empire, the world is held together by more than just warriors and priests. It's held together by the tireless hands of women like Isel. This is a day in her life, a life where every simple task is also a prayer, and every prayer helps shape a civilization. Long before the sun's first rays touch the great temple in the distant capital, Tenochtitlan, Isel is awake. The air in her single-room adobe home is cool and still. It's a simple place, with reed mats for sleep, a few chests for clothes, and clay pots lining the walls. But for Isel, this small room is the centre of her universe. Her first act is to approach the hearth, where 3 stones form the sacred heart of the home. Here, she offers a quiet prayer to Chantico, the goddess of the hearthfire, asking for protection for her family. With practiced hands, she coaxes yesterday's embers back to life. This fire isn't just for warmth, it's a symbol of life itself. With the fire lit, her real work starts. In a clay pot sits maize that has been soaking overnight in water and lime, a process we now call nixtamalization. This brilliant bit of ancient chemistry, likely discovered by accident, is what unlocks the corn's vital nutrients like niacin. Without this process, which prevents diseases that plagued other corn-based cultures, the Aztec Empire simply couldn't have existed. Isel drains the softened kernels, now called nixtamal, and carries them to her metate, a grinding stone made of volcanic rock. For the next several hours, her world shrinks to a single, repetitive motion. Kneeling on the packed earth floor, she uses a stone roller, the mano, to grind the corn into dough. It's grueling, back-breaking work that can take up to 6 hours out of her day. But it's also a sacred duty. As she grinds, she might whisper another prayer, this time to Kentiotl, the god of maize, respecting the life within the grain. This rhythmic scraping of stone on stone is the heartbeat of every Aztec household, a sound that rises from every home in the pre-dawn darkness. From the finished dough or masa, she'll pat out thin, round tortillas and cook them on a hot clay griddle called a comal. She also prepares a tole, a warm, thick maize porridge for breakfast. When her husband and sons wake up, she serves them first. That's the custom. Men and elders eat before women and children, a sign of the social structure. Only when they've finished does she finally sit down to eat, her long morning of work already behind her. The fuel for the empire is now ready. After the morning meal, the men leave for the fields and the home transforms. It becomes a place of production and education. For Isel, and for so many other Aztec women, this means turning her attention to the backstrap loom. This simple device, just a few wooden rods and a strap around her waist, is a powerful tool. With one end tied to a post, she uses her own body to create the tension needed for weaving. The threads are spun from cotton or maguey fibres, dyed in brilliant colours. And weaving is much more than a chore. It's one of the most highly valued skills a woman can have. The patterns she creates are filled with meaning, telling stories of gods, nature, and her family. These textiles are a form of currency, as valuable as cacao beans. The blankets and clothes she makes will dress her family, but any surplus goes into the vast tribute system that supports the capital city. A woman's skill as a weaver brought respect and status to her family. As her hands move with practiced grace, she's not just making cloth, she's weaving her family's future and contributing directly to the empire's wealth. And while her hands are busy, her voice is too. Her young daughter sits beside her, watching, listening, and learning. The education of children started at home, with mothers teaching their daughters everything they needed to know to run a household, like cooking, spinning, and weaving. But Isel teaches more than just chores. She's passing down the entire Aztec culture to the next generation. She teaches her daughter the Huehuetlatolli, the discourses of the elders. These are ancient sayings and moral lessons on how to be humble, obedient, and hardworking. She teaches her the sacred songs and dances for religious rituals and tells her the epic stories of their gods. This education at home was the foundation. The Aztecs had a remarkable system of schools for children from all walks of life, including both boys and girls. Around the age of 12 or 13, her daughter would likely attend a Telpashkali, or House of Youth, where her formal education would continue under elder women. Isel's role as first teacher is crucial, ensuring the traditions of their world carry on. As the sun reaches its peak, Isel bundles her finished textiles. It's market day. The great market at Tlatelolco is a city in itself, but even smaller, local markets are chaotic, vibrant hubs of activity. For women like Isel, the market is their domain, a place where they hold real economic power and social influence. The market is a full sensory experience, the roar of thousands of voices, the smell of sizzling food, the bright colours of goods from every corner of the empire. Vendors are arranged in neat rows, pottery here, obsidian blades there, healers selling medicinal herbs, and merchants with precious cacao beans and jaguar pelts from far away. Isel finds her spot with the other textile sellers. Here, she's not just a mother or wife, she's an entrepreneur. She haggles with buyers, using her expertise to get a good price. She might trade a mantle for salt, new cooking pots, or a few precious cacao beans. This work gives women a significant degree of independence. The market is also the community's social network. It's where news and gossip are exchanged and connections are made. Isel is plugged into the flow of information that holds her community together. Religion isn't just for the temple, it's part of every moment. Back home, a small family shrine sits in a corner with clay figurines of household deities. This afternoon, Isel might take a moment to burn copal incense, its smoke carrying her prayers upward. Perhaps she'll make an offering to Cihuacoatl, the snake woman, a powerful goddess who protects women in childbirth, a sacred duty in a society that valued giving birth as highly as a man's role in war. Or maybe she'll honour Xalcutlicue, she of the jade skirt, the goddess of running water, to ask for health for her family. These small daily rituals reinforce the Aztec worldview. The gods are always present, and every task is done in relationship with the divine. As evening falls, Isel returns to the hearth. She prepares dinner, perhaps tamales steamed in corn husks with beans and a chili tomato sauce she got at the market. For a special occasion, there might be turkey or dog, the main domesticated animals raised for meat. When her husband and sons return, the family gathers to eat and share stories from their day. The home, managed and maintained by Isel, is the centre of family life. It's a simple but well-ordered space, often with a separate steam bath, or temazcali nearby, used for both hygiene and religious purification. As night falls, the family gathers around the warm glow of the hearth. Pine torches might add extra light. This is a time for storytelling. While Isel is the main teacher for the young children, her husband also shares his knowledge, reinforcing the lessons of the Huehuetlatolli and recounting the history of their people. For Isel, the day ends as it began, with the quiet rhythms of the household. She banks the fire for the night, ready to be reborn in the morning. She checks on her sleeping children. Her body aches from the long hours of grinding maize and tensing the loom, but her life is filled with profound meaning. She is the anchor of her family, an economic producer, a guardian of tradition, and the keeper of the sacred flame. Her work, multiplied by millions of other women, is the invisible force that makes the Aztec world turn. Isel's day is the Aztec Empire in miniature. It's a cycle of relentless work, but every task is woven together with deep religious meaning. Grinding corn wasn't just making food, it was a sacred duty. Weaving wasn't just a craft, it was creating a vital economic good that served as currency. And teaching wasn't just childcare, it was the deliberate passing of a complex culture to ensure its survival. While history often focuses on the male warriors and priests, the Aztec Empire rested squarely on the shoulders of its women. They were masters of the home, but their influence reached far beyond it, into the economy of the market and the spiritual life of their society. They could own property, run businesses, and inherit land, giving them a level of autonomy that is often overlooked. The story of the Aztec civilization isn't just written in stone monuments. It's written in the rhythmic scrape of the matate, the gentle click of the loom, and the quiet strength of the women who sustained a world. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone else who loves history. Let us know in the comments which civilization you'd like us to explore next. Thanks for watching.